Okay, we're going to continue on today in our Father's Word. This is Revelation 21. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. See now, when God came back to earth 14,000 years ago, he found a third of his children following Satan. Revelation 12, verse 3 and 4. And the dragon used his tail to sweep 1/3 of God's stars, God's children. We were spiritual beings in the first earth age. And we're talking about the circle of life here. 3 earth and heaven ages. Okay? Then after that, on the 6th day, after the Catbowl, the Satan's overthrow, called the foundation of this world, on the 6th day, God created flesh man. And he took the clay from the earth, because he's our potter. He took the clay from the earth, which has got the DNA in it, from duodenum man, Neanderthal man, all those animals that were here on earth that didn't have a soul in them. And God created flesh man. On the 6th day after the Catbowl, he created the hunter-gatherers, the black folk of Africa, and the white cavemen of Europe. Adam. And then he created the fishermen, the red-skinned people, the people with the A blood type, fish and rice eaters. They can't digest red meat. They got to eat fish and rice. So Indian chief, Mexican people, you can't digest red meat. You're going to get diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Now the people with the O blood, the black folk of Africa and the white cavemen of Europe, you're the red meat and potato eaters. See, each blood type is supposed to eat a different food group. Now, on the 7th day, God rested, so that'd be 7,000 years ago. And then on the 6th day, after the that'd be the Catbowl will be the 8th day after the Catbowl. The day after the 7th, that God created the Jew, the people with the B blood type, the Adamic blood type. So you got Adam on the 6th day, and then you got Adam, the man Adam, on the 8th day. The people with the B blood type, the descendants of Jesus, the Jews, the people with the B blood. And then 2,000 years ago, when the Holy Spirit mixed with the little Jew girl with the B blood named Mary, he created the AB blood type 2,000 years ago, Jesus blood. You'll find the Jesus blood, the AB blood, on the shroud of Jesus. So they found AB blood, and then after that, God anointed the kings and queens of the ethnic people with the AB blood. Now the Queen of England got the AB blood, Lady Di. It's called the tragic ending blood type. So Lady Di had a tragic ending, and Jesus had a tragic ending, and John F. Kennedy had a tragic ending. He had AB blood, and so did Marilyn Monroe. So the AB blood type is from the Tsar of Russia, had the AB blood type. Old King Louis in France, he had the AB blood type. All the kings and queens of the ethnodes, the ethnic people around the Mediterranean Sea, those 10 kings, those kings like the King of Belgium, Queen of Belgium, they got the AB blood type. And that's how the AB blood type was spread all over the world, was through that. Jesus didn't have sex with Mary Magdalene. We're going to cover all that one day, as soon as I get to it. Okay, this is I'm going to do a study on Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. Now this is Revelation 21. Now you got the 3 earth and heaven ages. The first earth age, then God created flesh man on the 6th day after the Catbowl. So then you got spirit world, we were spiritual beings, then we become flesh beings, and then at 777 the real Jesus comes after 5 full moons of Antichrist, and at 777 we're all changed back into spiritual beings. So we'll all be changed. 1 Corinthians 15:52, In the twinkle of an eye, all flesh will be removed from the earth. Incorruptible means spiritual beings. Corruptible means flesh world. So we're all going to be changed from flesh into incorruptible spiritual beings once again. So that's your third earth and heaven age. So you got this and the first earth age, spirit world, second earth age, flesh world, and then the third earth age, back to spiritual world, where all be spiritual beings. And God's going to build a 1,500 cubic mile cube over Jerusalem. And all that want to spend the eternity with God and that love God will spend the eternity with God. God's going to spend the eternity with us in this 1,500 cubic mile cube right there over Jerusalem. His favorite place in the whole universe. But God's going to rebuild. He's going to refurbish, rejuvenate the earth so that it's just like it was in the first earth age. Now, saber-tooth, Bigfoot, big bad wolf, and hairy elephant, here, these woolly mammoths, we got evidence of them being here. We know we find the saber-tooths in the tar pits over there at Los Angeles. So we got bones from these animals. And God created these animals and they were here on earth. But they didn't have souls in them and they didn't do anything wrong. So God allows them to come back to earth for short periods of time. They're spiritual beings. They're not in the flesh. So you can't catch one. You might take a picture of one, but you're not going to catch one because they can walk right through the bars. So how are you going to catch a Bigfoot? Anybody that tells you they caught a Bigfoot is a liar, because he can walk through the bars. And he's a spiritual being, and he goes through these triangular-shaped portals, just like Enoch did. Triangular-shaped portals. That's how God sends them back and forth to earth, is through these portals. And then God is going to rejuvenate the earth, and Bigfoot and all those animals that were destroyed by God when he came back and found a third of his children following Satan. All those animals and the whole earth is going to be rejuvenated, and he's going to take the water out of the ocean and all the lakes and rivers and streams, and he's going to take that water and put it back around the earth and create the firmament again, so we get the morning dew, and we're going to get morning dew. We're not going to have rain and all the crazy weather that we have now. Now this is Revelation 21. Let's start over again and see what it says. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. He took the water out of the ocean and put it into the firmament. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of the heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, or neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. We're going to be spiritual beings forever, for the eternity. If you want to, if you love God, you better tell him right now. Be a good time to start telling him. Now this is Revelation 21 verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And I will give unto him that is thirst a fountain of water of his life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, the unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and the whoremongers, and the sorcerers, and the idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake, which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, full of the seven